And there we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope your weekend were all good. Ah, old age sucks. Oh my God. Okay, who we got here? We got Delbert's in the house. JJ is here. Paula Andre, Delbert Jones, Sonia Klein, Crawfish Cigarette. I like that name. Let's see. Peter Ether, Jason M. Schmidt, Kathy's here. Very nice. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody, like I said, I hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a great weekend here. Great weekend. Didn't get everything done that we had hoped for, but we did actually make a lot of progress. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day is just continuing to make progress. So, but oh man, moved so much stone on Saturday. I was like, oh my God, I was so tired. So this is what ends up happening to me when I overdo it, okay? Um anybody's ever had a Charlie horse, right? In your calf. It sucks. You ever get one in your hamstring, in your groin muscle area? That's what ends up happening to me. When I overdo it, that's where I get them. And Saturday night I'm laying in bed. I was tired, I was satisfied. We moved a lot of stone and it was good. And then all of a sudden, man, my legs just tightened up. First one and then the other one. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so that was not fun. That was so when you get up and you're trying to walk it off and you're drinking water and, it's just one of those things that happen. I mean, there's not much you can do about it, but yeah, it keeps it interesting. Keeps it interesting. It keeps reminding me that I'm not 25. Yeah, I think it was dehydration or electrolytes, probably JJ. I probably sweated out more than I put back in, so I think that's part of the problem. But had why would you think your knee would swell up? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And didn't mention my knee at all, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'll tell you what, moving all that stone definitely definitely gets you going. Not too bad for an old man. That's the way I look at it. Pretty solid still. So up here, it's all still muscle. A little bit of softness in the belly. Not gonna lie, but upper body wise, I am still solid as a rock. So his knee, Ed, not yours. Oh, okay. I was wondering what was going on. Buy some pickle juice. It helps with muscle spasms. Also rehydrate with water afterwards. No, I hear you. I just didn't drink enough water afterwards, and I normally try to, but it just it happens. But anyway, yeah, we no, you're good. I had no idea what you were talking about. So I'm like, so when I see sometimes when I see things in the comments, I don't always get it all whatever you guys are talking about. Uh, so two things to just remind everybody: family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches are going to boot you out of here because we're not going to tolerate it. Now, the children will still try to play, and my moderators are awesome, and they'll just get rid of them. So they don't get the attention that they want. Uh, Also, if you want something to stand out for me, all cap locks, please. It really, I see it a little bit better if it's all cap locks. If you have a question, and if I get a chance to answer it, I will. So that's that is that. So I wanted to address a couple things, and there was well, one was a comment that happened today, and the other one was a comment a couple days ago, and it was meant to. The other comment was meant to be snarky, but I wanted to address it because I want people to understand something. Okay, so the person the other day had made a comment of they were like, well, without all his people down there, and working, he wouldn't be nearly anywhere near where he is right now with that property. And I'm going to say you are 100% correct. That person's 100% correct. What they lose the sight of is this, okay? As we work together and we make this place better and better and better, not only is it better, obviously, for me because I'm here full time, but they also, it's better for them because when the time comes, they're going to have some place that's established, that's ready, that we are working as a team. And that's what I think a lot of people lose sight of. It's having a place to go to where you're with like-minded people, where you're with people that have the same mindset, that you're trying to work towards common goals. And not one of us in the group, okay, has the money to do this all by ourselves. And if you do it all by yourselves, who's got your back? Realistically, who's got your back? So for all those lone wolves out there that think they can do it all by themselves and they don't need anybody and all that type of stuff, I honestly wish them the best of luck. All right. But I would rather surround myself with like-minded people that have the same mindset that I do, that we're wanting to work together as a team, that we have things that we want to accomplish together. And so I'm going to give you an example of something, okay? I'm going to give you an example of something. We talked about, so we had our plans that we were doing this month. And so next month we will, and you'll see how far we got with the shower room, and stuff like that. So we will obviously continue to work on different things that we need to work on. But one of the things that we had talked about, for next month, we were talking, and I said, here's what I think that we should do next month. And we voted on it and everybody agreed. Okay. So it's not like I dictate. We vote on things as a group to decide, yes, that's a good idea, what should be the priorities and stuff like that. So what we talked about, um, doing next month. Now, a lot of people have wood stoves here, okay, that are not hooked up yet. A lot of people have their gutters and stuff here that are not hooked up yet for the rain catchment. So next month's project, the main project that we're going to do as a team, is we are going to get gutters set up. We're going to get wood stoves set up. And so anybody that has their stuff here and is ready to go, we're going to get it where their wood stoves are in, the rain catchments are set up. And if that entails, some people spray painting totes, that's what's going to happen. Somebody up on ladders putting in the gutters, that's the way it's going to be. Somebody cutting the holes, for the wood stoves, and getting that all set up. Uh, you know, that's what it's about. It's about teamwork and working together. So it's not like, okay, now you got your building and on your own time you just work on that and that's it. We are a team. It, we're a family. I know a lot of people will never ever understand that. They will never understand that. But we are a large family, and it's a family of people that used to be strangers that are no longer strangers. And when the time comes, I want to be able to put my head down at night and know that there are people there that have my back, that I can get a good night's sleep, that I don't have to worry about it. And that's the relationship that is being built over time here. And, with everything that we're getting done, as long as we continue to make progress, we're going to be just fine. Now, we have other projects that we want to get done this year. Okay. Again, it always folks, it's always going to come down to finances, time, what we can do. But we have a vision of what we want to get accomplished and what we want to do, and we're going to get there. I mean, we may not get all the things done this year that we want to do, but we will work at it. And it's going to be a lot better by the time next winter comes here, or this year's winter comes. I think that we're going to be buildings wise, we're going to have more buildings ready to go, wood stoves, rain catchment, all those type of things than not. So that's what it's about. It's like I said, yeah, just keep chipping away, and that's what it's all about. Like I said, real proud of my group. We got a lot of stuff done this weekend. We had, 4 projects that we wanted to do. And of the 4 projects, 3 got completed completely, and the other one was worked on. And you'll be seeing these videos coming up um, over the course of the next 4 or 5 days. So, like I said, just like I'm really, really pleased. We've made a lot of progress. Solid plans moving forward, and again, that's all part of it. It's all part of it. But we're getting there. And so when things go sideways, which again I do believe is just a matter of time, and you can agree or disagree, and that's okay. I don't care. I don't care if you agree with me, but when something happens, then people are going to be looking for safe places to go. And if you have things squared away and you're in a good shape, people are going to gravitate towards that. There is safety in numbers. Does this mean we will not have a naked shower, shave your head video this summer? Well, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, Cassandra, because the thing is, right now, as the weather's getting warmer, I will shower outside. I'll be honest with you. Once we get the shower room completely ready, and we can do, a hot water on demand unit type of thing in there and all that, then maybe I'll use that. But in the meantime, I'll just stick to what's tried and true. So that was one comment that I wanted to address and talk about. And again, yeah, this place would be nowhere near where it's at if it wasn't for the dedication, the teamwork. But everybody has their reasons of why they want to be part of something, and doing something. And we're not looking to, we're not trying to get rich. That's not what we're doing here. All these things that we're trying to get done, it all costs money. So, it's a team effort. And, just like this week here, I will go and add to our food supplies. That's another byproduct of what we're doing as a team, building that up. And that's going to get there. That's going to be something that's going to be amazing. You know, we get 6, 7 more months and everything is still okay. We'll have a tremendous amount of food. I mean, I think we already have made a really good stockpile so far with what we've tried to do here. And that's not even counting what everybody has here individually. So that's all part of it as well. The other thing I wanted to address, there was a comment today, um, and I was showing the video of, putting stone in the driveway. Okay. And so somebody made the comment, and I'm going to tell you right now. So, first of all, this comment, I guarantee you was from a city person. Guarantee you was from a city person. So the person said in the comment, which I left up and I did reply to, so you probably can go back into the comments and look at that comment. The person said, and I wasn't feeling quite so snarky today, but I did reply to the person. They said, you're wearing a gun while you're filling in potholes in your driveway. He goes, who do you think you are, John Wayne? And then I'm trying to think how the rest of the comment went. He said, he goes, you're just one of those crazy people like Jim Jones. You're a kook, waiting for the world to end, or some nonsense like that. So I did reply. I did reply to the person, and I said, thank you for your judgment, without asking why, right? Why do I wear a gun while I'm in the middle of the woods, which I have talked about many, many times, right? Um, so Well, and then I said, it just shows your small mind at work. And that's exactly what I said to the person. Again, people are going to always think what they want to think. I have many times, one of the reasons why, when I'm on my property, working on my property, why do I have a gun on? And I have explained to people many times, I am not the apex predator in the middle of the woods. We have black bear, we have poisonous snakes, we have coyotes. And I really don't want to greet any of those, right, with just my hat in my hand and I can tip my hat while they try to hurt me. If I can defend myself and protect myself, that's what I would rather do. And not only those type of predators, there are the two-legged type of predators that are out there in the world. And if somebody comes up on you and thinks that they can take advantage of you, a lot of times they will try. If you are able to defend yourself, it is a deterrent. That's at the end of the day, folks. Okay, at the end of the day, all a weapon is a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool, like anything else. So one of the things that I had talked about with my group, and I will explain this to you, and now you will understand why I say what I say. What I had said to my group was, when you're here on the property, I would like you to open carry. And the reason why is this: when the time comes, we will all be open carrying all the time when the time comes. If you get it into your habit and it's something that you do, it's an automatic thing. And I will tell you right now, when I'm working and doing stuff around here, I don't even realize I have my gun on me. I'm not thinking about my gun. It's there. It's there if I need it. And that's it, period. That's all it is. Like I said, again, it's a tool. That's all it is. So if it's part of my routine where I get up in the morning and I get dressed, part of getting dressed is putting my gun on. Okay. So if it makes you uncomfortable as a viewer, then don't watch my channel because I'm not going to change to make somebody feel comfortable. That's not what this is about down here. I'm showing you a lifestyle, sharing a lifestyle with you. And if you like that, great. And I hopefully, people will learn something from that. Sometimes they won't, but, yeah. And plus, like, yeah, I have my dogs and I want to make sure my dogs are safe. So, but, there are some, Ed, that are afraid of a weapon because they never had one in their hands. Well, and I get that, Delbert, and that's fine. My thing has always been this: if you're uncomfortable with weapons, then don't own them. I've been around weapons my entire life since I was a kid. I think I got my first 22 when I was about 7 years old. But the one thing that was drilled into me as a kid was gun safety. You know what I mean? And it saved me at one point, and I've talked about that story, and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be like telling you to grow your hair because it's not going to happen. Exactly. Also, I don't know if you guys can see here on here, it's a little bit red. So I'm sitting there today, and we're outside and we're working on stuff. Hey, the Oversphere. Um, Ed, I was up, look up Jeffrey Spade and James and Lisa Goy. The boiling point got reached all over shoveling snow. Imagine a full SHTF is in full effect. Oh, people got upset. Yeah. You know what? Thank you very much for the statement. And again, thank you very much for the donation as well. Yeah, people are going to get upset over stupid little things now. What do you think, folks? I mean, and realistically, I want you to think about this. How do you think it's going to be in a true SHTF situation? How do you think people are going to act and how they're going to do things? Okay. It's going to be a madhouse out there, an absolute madhouse out there. So, what we're trying to do here is have a safe haven for us, for my family, for the group and their families, so they have a place to go. But again, having some place where you can go where you know that once you get there, number one, people have your back. I'm actually not doing the legacy foods anymore. Nobody was buying them, so I stopped selling them. I did a couple of sales, and if you were really interested in doing that, and if you wanted to do that, shoot me an email, and we could probably work something out as far as that goes. But yeah, it just I really just kind of got away from it because I did a few sales, and the prices had gone up, and the economy went to crap, and so I just stopped doing it as far as trying to push, not trying to push selling them, but just doing that. So um, again, you know, so and yeah, we wear them because we can. Tennessee said exactly because it's my right as a U.S. citizen to be able to have one. So. Yeah, I shut my website down, Island Prepper. So I shut my website down. But you're cracking me up, Ed, with your response, and I'm a city girl with a country heart. There's nothing wrong with that, Carolyn. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, I lived in the city for years when I was younger, for years, you know, and it's like, let me be in the country. Let me have my peace. One of the things I love about out here is it's peace and quiet, and I don't have to, deal with stupid stuff, and that's important to me. And people mind their own business, which is also nice. I mean, we had a lot of people here this weekend, and nobody bats an eye. I'm sure the neighbors are probably like, what is going on out there? But that's okay. They can think whatever they want to think. It doesn't affect us or what we're doing. So my website's still okay. Well, okay, if it's still it probably is still there, but I'm just not selling anything anymore. That's the one part that I'm not doing. So, well, thanks for letting me know, DJ, because I can honestly tell you I've not been to my website in months. I've not been. Um, I lived in the country and the city, and I'm in the city right now. Sonia says, and again, like I said, if that's what people want to do and that's where they want to be, that's their absolute choice. But like I said, you couldn't give me a free place to live in a city and have me go there. It's not going to happen. Don't want to be there because when things do pop off, that is the absolute worst place that you could possibly be. The worst place that you could possibly be. So that's my opinion. Just sharing it with you. So what do we got? 279 in the chat. We got 112 thumbs up. So for the first time, I'm going to ask if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, to please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. And no one responds to the message on your website here in Illinois. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't been to the website in months. And when I say months, probably 6. So, uh, but anyway, again, if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so. Again, I do appreciate it. It really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications, and I thank you ahead of time. So, but excuse me. But no, like I said, we had a very, very productive weekend. Really happy with what we did get accomplished, and you know, oh, I don't mind visiting the city. I'll go to a city. I don't care. I don't mind doing that at all. I just won't ever live in a city again. I don't want neighbors right on top of me. I don't want to ever live in suburbia again. Where they're in the row houses is basically what they are. I don't want to live like that either. Uh, you know, when I lived in Greece, New York. Okay, I was in Greece, New York for 8 years. I knew the people that lived on this side of me because our kids played together. Did we hang out? No. Okay. Our kids played together. The people on this side of me, basically, if I saw them, I would wave, I'd say hello. They said hello. Not one time in 8 years did they say, hey, come and have a cup of coffee. Nothing. They wanted to stay and do their own thing, and I respected that. Okay. I had a neighbor across the street that him and I got along great, and him and I would get together and just BS. Other than that, I really didn't know anybody in 8 years. Think about that in the neighborhood. So, you know, I watched your last live stream. Are you worried about making statements about taking other people's land in SHTF that might make neighbors mad? Um, like I said, I don't know. Well, we're gonna get to that, JJ. We're gonna get to the topic. I know we haven't even touched the topic yet. I can't say 100% for sure what we're going to do or what we're not going to do in a true SHTF situation because, as far as neighbors that are living nearby me, I would never touch their land. Okay, let me just be real clear on that. But if there are open fields, let's say, and somebody's not living there, that might be um, absorbed into the group because we would probably need more land to growing and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I meant when I made that statement. Now, again, it would all come down to how bad a situation it was, what was going on. If it was something that was going to be a game changer or end of the world as we know it, uh, you know, I'm not looking to take over somebody's home or anything like that. That's not what I'm looking to do. So I just want to clarify that. So, um, all right, let's get actually into the topic, right? Holy crap, the topic. What is the topic, right? New sheriff in town, and he's not playing around. And that's Donald J. Trump, folks. Okay, and I want you to think about this. I just did an interview with Schumer the other day, and I think if I'm correct on the number, he said that they put in 235 judges before Trump got elected. All right. And these judges are the ones that are doing all these injunctions. They're very liberal minded judges, and they're fighting everything that they possibly can. And I'm going to use an example of something. Okay. I'm going to use an example of something. We had a little event here a few years back where people were forced to do something, right? To do something or lose their jobs. To people were bullied. People were told that they had to do this, and all kinds of manipulation. Was there one judge? And I want you to think about this, guys. Was there? Yeah, the Supreme Court has overruled these judges. Yeah, I know they have, Sonia, but it's what they're doing is we're going to talk about that. They're trying to delay with what he's trying to accomplish. So, was there one judge in that time frame? Okay, that put an injunction on any of those mandates, right, that were put in place? Did any judge on either side of the aisle say, "Hey, wait a minute, no, 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 no. Why are you forcing people to do something? Maybe we should stop and look at that." Did any of them do that? Not a one, folks, right? But when you have an agitator that is anti-Semitic, that is supporting a terrorist group, and all those type of stuff, they're going to try to do an injunction to stop that person from being deported from our country. They're going to do injunctions to stop MS-13 members from being deported from our country. And the only reason those things are happening is because they're trying to do everything that they possibly can to jam Trump up. That's what they're doing. Okay. Uh, you know, in Biden's 4 years, I think that he was only had injunctions put against him. I think it was 14 times or something like that in 4 years. Trump has already had over 14 done in just the first couple of months of his presidency. Now, yes, everything has to be reviewed. It goes before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has basically come down in a lot of these decisions on the side of Trump, especially with the whole deportation thing of these individuals. It is amazing to me that these morons, and that's what they are, people that don't want to see criminals deported from our country, folks, they're morons. You can take that for what it is. If you're one of them, well, then look in the mirror, because you know it's insanity to me that you would not want criminals removed from the country that could hurt law-abiding citizens, right? Why would you want to see somebody that has a gang affiliation? And that's who they're getting rid of first. They're going after. So the people are, well, they're scooping up all these other people. Well, again, if you came into this country the right way through a port of entry and did things the right way, I have no problem with it. No problem with it at all. But if you came in here illegally, you have committed a crime. And so being said, you know, folks, put your question to Ed in all caps so he can see your question. Am I missing something? But anyway, so I probably am, and I apologize. Uh, Again, Trump ain't playing around. Trump is not Joe Biden. Joe Biden didn't have a clue one what was going on for a long time, and everybody knew it. And the media, the legacy news media, was just as culpable as the politicians that hid all that stuff. You know, um, anyone know why they haven't released the Epstein stuff? Um, Alex says, what do you think of the U.S.-Iran nuclear talks? I'm hearing that they are making progress on that, which I think is a good thing. Again, and I've told you guys, and I'll tell you a million times more, Iran is not a threat to the United States of America. The people that are in charge in Iran want to stay in charge in Iran. Okay. Um, Dan Rose says, how do you deal with the loss of a parent, Ed? My mom died last Saturday on the 5th. She was on life support for 3 I was her caregiver 15 to 20 years. We live in the same place for 30 years. I lost my dad many years ago now. God, I can't believe it's been as many as it's been. It's never an easy thing. You have to realize, unfortunately, it's part of the process that we're all going through. We're all on that same journey. Ed, did you hear anything about Trump talking about turning the U.S. southern border into a 60-foot wide DMZ? I did not hear anything about that, Frank. I don't think that that's a bad thing. If they did something like that, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And if you go into that zone, then you get what you get. Hey, Wishika became a hardcore member. Well, welcome back. She was a hardcore member before. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. And that's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's looking like let me put. Are you wanting to sell any of your pups? No, no. I'm keeping all four that I have. They're almost they're 4.5 months old now. No, I'm keeping all four. So, um, but but no, if they did a demilitarized zone, and if you go into that zone, you're willing to get shot, then I think that's not a bad thing. We need to make sure that people realize that you just can't just come in here willy nilly and do whatever you want to do. There has to be consequences. Yeah, it's a 3 mile wide one in North Korea and South Korea. They have a I believe it is 3 miles wide, and you're not allowed to go in there from either side. So it makes it a lot easier. Dan says she went so fast, and I'm losing the apartment and her income at the same time. It's been very rough. Those type of things are always very difficult. They are, and it's an adjustment. Keep her in your heart. Obviously, always. Remember the good times, and you have to go on. I mean, that's unfortunately part of life. It's very unfortunate part of life. And we're all on that same journey. We are all on that same journey. So. Trump made a 60-foot military base at the border. Well, I know, like I said, he's not playing around down there, which he shouldn't have been, and he shouldn't be. And I just to me, it's like I'm 100% for it, and most of the people in the country are absolutely the same way. It's the bleeding heart liberals that think that we should just let everybody in here and take care of them, as long as they don't have to do it, as long as they don't have to deal with it, they're fine with it. So. Do you think the military draft would happen under President Trump? As long as Alex, as long as they're meeting their numbers, which from what I understood, there's the recruitment numbers are way up now that Trump is the president. I don't think that they need to do a draft. I don't think that that's a necessary thing. There's enough people out there that want to serve their country under the right leadership. So I think that's all part of it as well. You know, if we ended up in a major conflict of some sort, they would probably do a draft. But a draft could happen. Yeah, like DJ just said, a draft could happen under any president. You don't know. You know what I mean? You just don't know. So what do we got? 314 in the chat. We're at 161 thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. And again, it really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. And lastly, if you are not subscribed again to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. But going back to, you know, everything that Trump is doing or trying to do, which is what he campaigned on, right? Ed, are there a lot of people in the hardcore stream? There's quite a few. There's quite a few. Oh, which could just gifted 10 memberships too. Very nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So thank you very much. But that's very kind of you too, by the way. You know, there's the anything that they can possibly do to jam him up, slow him down. That's exactly what they're doing because they don't like him. But he campaigned on what he's doing. So the people that wanted him in office, he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. I respect that. Okay. Am I like Trump is the end all be all? No, I don't think any man is the end all be all, but you need strong leadership. You need somebody that other countries fear. Okay. Like, again, Teddy Roosevelt said it best: walk softly and carry a big stick. And when you say something, you back it up. And that's one of the things that I like about Trump. He basically says it like it is. If people don't like it or your feelings are hurt, too bad. Okay. And I like that. I respect that. Obviously, like I said, he has an agenda. He's working on things. I don't understand how, yeah, peace through strength. Exactly. I don't understand how anybody, I don't care if it's left, right, moderates, whoever, okay, how anybody could be against them going through and seeing where the corruption and the fraud is in this country and how they could protest that or the man that's in charge of that. You might not like Elon Musk, but one of the things you got to understand, as a parent of an autistic child, okay, Elon Musk has a form of autism. I believe he's very, very like Asperger's autism. So when he gets on it, he's on it. And, and people, it makes people uncomfortable. Yeah, Buford Pusser lived that life as a sheriff. Exactly. He said what he said. He didn't take no crap, and that's it. But Alex said, I also have autism. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Autism doesn't mean you can't accomplish things in life. Autism is just one of those things that you have to deal with, unfortunately. And autism can range from nonverbal banging your head against the wall wearing a helmet to Asperger's genius level stuff. But one of the things that is pretty common with autism is the social skills are just not there in general, or the people feel very, very uncomfortable in crowd settings. So that is all part of it. So, you know, um, I what I don't like about the school systems with autism. Yeah, Musk is a savant. Exactly, JJ. Exactly. What I don't like about the school system is they want all the autistic kids to fit in this box. So if you have autism, they want you to fit in this box. And if you don't fit in that box, well, then they have a problem with it. And, that is something that, I just, a savant, what's a savant? A savant is somebody that is, like, let's say, um, you were like music. A savant is somebody that can basically listen to music, have never played the instrument before, but can pick it up and play that instrument and play that music. That's what more of a savant is. It's just, it comes natural to them is breathing. So, and it's easy for them, where the rest of us would have to struggle. So, but, um, but like I said, guys, it's, there's a lot of games being played. There's a lot of things going on. What I would be concerned about moving forward, I don't think the left is obviously very happy that Trump is the president. Uh, I would not be shocked if there were further attempts on his life. So that could throw chaos into everything. So hopefully that doesn't happen and he can continue to do what he's doing. But there's a lot of people that don't like him that would like to see his demise, and that's just not a good thing. That is just not a good thing. You know, I believe, like I said again, I'm a huge, huge believer in preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And as we continue to make our progress down here, I want you to think about this. How many camps do you know? Like campgrounds or whatever, let's just say, that two teenagers killed their parents as a part of their plan to kill. Isn't that, that's nuts? People are nuts. Some people are absolutely nuts. So, but how many places do you know where you could basically you can go there anytime you wanted to, have your place there, have it set up, be able to have power, be able to take a shower, to be able to relax, to have a bonfire if you wanted to have a bonfire without restrictions. If you decide you want to drink a beer, nobody's going to give you a hard time or whatever the case may be. There's not a lot of places like that. And so if nothing ever happens, and I've gotten this one a lot. If nothing ever happens, you've wasted your time. No, we haven't, because we have a place where I have this great group of people that are like a second family, that we can come together, we can relax, we can enjoy each other's company. I mean, like even like this weekend while we were working on projects, we're busting chops and we're talking and we're, like say, getting things done and just working together. And it makes it so much more enjoyable. I do things by myself here, and I try to get things squared away as I can. And if I, financially, you know, um, getting things done, like the dog run. Oh, it was another comment. I wanted to bring this up. I laughed at this comment. I built that dog run in 2 days, okay? And literally the only help I got with that, because nobody was here. I mean, it's something that I wanted to get done for the dogs. Um, was Steve helping me with the fence, and he just basically was holding it up while I was tacking it in and rolling it out to the next one while I tacked it in, which was huge help, huge help. So the the person made a comment and they go, well, it took you 3 days. Um, Ed, whatever happened with the bunker? Are you working on other projects? Right now, Lefty, we're working on other projects. The bunker, we just got a drill that we're going to be using for the bunker. So we gotta do two things with the bunker. We got to get the drainage in place first. So that's number one. Then we can start working back in the bunker again and getting that squared away. That's not a project that we're forgetting about. There was just some other priorities that needed to be squared away first, and so that's what we've been trying to do. But no, the bunker is something that definitely will continue to get worked on, and fairly soon we'll get back into that and get back working on that. And I'll do more videos on that as we do that. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do on the bunker as well. But the bees, okay, so we got you'll see this coming up in videos, guys. The beehives are now all set up. We're ready for when the bees should be coming in by the end of the month. The new location is set. We're ready to go. And so we're just waiting on the bees at this point. And when they get here, I will put them in and we will go from there. So pretty excited about that as well. Again, it's just the way it's we're just taking care of things as we can. Oh, so I was talking about the dog run. Okay, let me get back to that. So the person was like, it said it took you 3 days to dig 11 post holes. So first of all, I just want people to understand. Okay, I'm using a post hole digger to dig through basically crap that's like concrete. Number one. Okay, that's number one. And actually, it took me 2 days. I did 11 post holes the first day, and I did 4 post holes on the second day. And the reason that I pushed myself on that first day, because I knew how difficult it was going to be, and I was going to be tired on the second day, and I was not going to be looking to be doing a whole bunch more holes. So again, it's just people being sour grapes. And the thing is this: who gives a crap how long it took me to do it? If it took me a week to do it, who gives a crap? How does that affect anybody? Right? How does that affect anybody? It's my project. It's my animals. So I don't get where, I mean, and again, I think a lot of times, it's sour grapes. People are pissed off. Their life sucks. So they see us doing something positive down here and making progress with that positivity and working as a team. And holy crap, after more than 2 years, the group is still together and growing, So, but it's all, like I said, they're bitter. A lot of people that are negative, and it's sad. I feel sorry for them. And that's all you can do, realistically, because they when the time comes, they're going to be in big trouble. All right, it is that time, but I'm going to ask for another thumbs up first. So we're at 326 in the chat. We got 188 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do appreciate that, and it really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, how many eggs do you think we got today? And did Miss Betty White lay? And I'm going to give you one clue, okay? We had no eggs yesterday, none. No eggs yesterday. So I'll let you guys get your guesses in, and we will go from there. Yesterday was really cold, so but I will give you the answer here shortly. We'll give you guys a chance to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. But like I said, we were finishing up on a couple things this morning, that we didn't get done yesterday, but we made really great progress this weekend. Like I said, really happy with everything overall. So it's been just a fantastic weekend, and I hate posthole digging at my age. I've truly earned my PhD. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. Like I said, it's just when I get done doing that, like I said, like I feel like strong like an ox, because it's like it's just doing stone. Okay, doing stone is strictly bulwark. That's all it is. It's bulwark. So I woke up, I was tired last night. Don't get me wrong, and I was physically exhausted, but other than the leg cramps that I had, in my upper legs, I was fine. I was not sore at all. All right. If you had the same exact guess is April Clay, which she's got to be a first time winner because I don't remember ever saying her name before. We had 5 eggs today. And yes, obviously for Miss Betty White, then, because all 5 hens laid. So congratulations to April. You've won absolutely nothing, but you are happy about it. So that's a good thing. But yeah, so we got no eggs yesterday. I was like, what are you guys doing? But it was, I mean, our high temperature yesterday was like 38 degrees, and it was overcast until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. So, and then today the sun came out, it was out early, and, it's just one of those things. Oh, Carrie, April Carey. Sorry. I said Clay. Carrie. Sorry, April. Well, you knew who you were. You knew who you were. But yeah, it's like when they laid nothing yesterday. So somebody had asked, I wanted to address this comment as well. Okay, so somebody had asked, what about the chicken run? You're building a new chicken coop, or are you building a new run? That is in the plans as well. We're going to definitely get on that. That has to be done. Absolutely, yes, that has to be done. But we had our plans that we were doing this month, and we're trying to. You can't. I mean, when you have 4 projects that you're trying to get done, and you got a couple people on this, a couple people on that, people are on this. You know, it's all about organization, and trying to set realistic goals that you can make happen. And it's not always going to happen. You do the best that you can. So we were not going to throw a 5th project in there. What I may end up doing, and like I said again, it all really depends. I mean, I don't even know how much more fencing that I have at this point in time to be able to put up. So I have chicken wire, but chicken wire can be gotten through pretty easily. So, postage is going up 5 cents in July. What a shock. Well, there's another one that's very efficient. How much does Sweet Hella weigh? Critter Liver Jess is asking it. You know what? I honestly don't know because my scale that I use only goes up to 300 pounds, and I'm 225, and I've picked her up and got on that scale, and it has, it says error. So I know she's more than 75 pounds, and you know, you figure, okay, looking at her compared to the puppies, okay. A couple of weeks ago when I weighed the puppies, two of the boys weighed 40 pounds, one of the boys weighed 41, Zeus weighed 41, and Kali weighed 35. And they're not even truly half the size yet of her. So that kind of gives you an idea. I think she's got to be 85, 90 pounds is my guess. If I had to guess her weight, she's lean, and she's a good sized dog. So, but yeah, she's my baby. She's in here. We've been out all day, so she's tired. She's actually tired tonight. So, but yeah, the boys especially, they're going to be big dogs. If you saw their paws are enormous. So I honestly believe all three of the boys will be well over 100 pounds. I don't know with Kali how big she's going to get yet, but she was a good sized pup too. So like I said, we'll see how they go. They're eating great. They eat me out of house and home. So, but like I said, we made really great progress this weekend. Really, really pleased with everything that we got done. Next month it's going to be a teamwork effort on getting people squared away as far as I had a male sable German Shepherd. His name was Joshua, and he was 120 pounds. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Petco weighs your dog for free if you take her at. Okay. Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just curious. I don't even know. But um probably if I'm gonna breed collie, I won't do it until she's two. So they will be a year in December. She wouldn't be two until the following December. And I would never breed another dog in the wintertime again. I will tell you that right now, or in the fall, so that she has the puppies in the winter. So I would probably wait until the following spring when she would go into heat. And then if she went into heat at that point, then I would breed her then. So um, my dog weighs 120 pounds. He's fat because he's lazy. Oh my God, that's funny. So, but yeah, no more fall breeding and no more winter puppies. That was a nightmare. I'm going to tell you right now, it was not fun. I kept those dogs in this camper for the first 6 weeks. Okay, and it was bad. I mean, you have no idea how nasty that area was in the bathroom, and I scrubbed the crap out of it. And I mean, it's good now, but I mean, it was bad. If you saw it, you'd have been like, "Oh my God, it was that bad." But we got through it. It's cleaned up. Everything's beautiful. Hella's got a new bed, so we're good. So yeah, you know, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that you got to deal with when you have animals. I mean, it's just how it goes. Oh, I see we're over 200. We're at 216 thumbs up. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm always going to encourage you guys to continue to prep, continue to get ready. One of the things that we did, and Sandy brought stuff this month for that, we talked about stocking up on things that were not traditional things that you would stock up on. So she went out and she picked up coffee filters, and what was the other thing that she grabbed? I'm trying to remember what was the other thing that she got. She grabbed something else too, and she got a bunch of both. But it's I'm trying to remember what else she get. She got something else too. Yeah, coffee filters are a must. Yeah, well, they can be used for a lot of different things, Lady Cakes. I mean, you can use them to filter water to get all the bigger stuff out of water, So that's but it's like I said, my big thing is like you see back here behind me, freeze-dried coffee is important, and we've been stocking up on that as a group because when the time comes, again, freeze-dried coffee, you're looking at 20-year shelf life. So I've always appreciated when you went prepping for medical supplies and showed us. I went out and matched what you got. Great tips. Oh, thank you, Real Freedom. I appreciate that. And again, it's all part of it. You know what I mean? It's all part of it. There's so many things that go into it. Like I said, can it be overwhelming? It absolutely can. I love it when people say, "Oh, well, you're a hoarder," right? And I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say, but when the time comes and I got stuff that's barterable, when I have stuff that we're going to be able to use and make our lives. See, this is the thing that you got to understand too. What I'm trying to do is here is with myself, my group, for my family, for their families, that's their whole mindset as well, is to make things as comfortable as possible. So the transition is not like, oh my God, here we are. What are we going to do now? Right. So I want you to think about this. Power goes out tomorrow, right? Power goes out tomorrow and it ain't coming back on. What are people going to do? How are they going to act? Especially when you have 93% of the people in this country are not prepared for a 2 week disaster. They're not. They're just not ready for that. You know, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. And there's going to be people that are going to be takers, and, like I said, and those people that are takers are not going to have a long life expectancy in a post apocalyptic event. So, is any of your members worried about the distance they will have to travel in an SHTF? That's a great question. That's always going to be a concern for everybody. Uh, you know, but here's what I will share with you, Island Prepper, and I think this is important. Without hope, right? Without hope, what do we have? Without hope, we have nothing. Okay. So let's say you're a member of my group and you're traveling a long distance. Like my daughter is more than 500 miles away. Okay. But she knows this: when she gets here, no matter how long it takes, she's going to be safe. She's going to be safe and she's going to be able to be protected. So she has that hope to drive her, and anybody else in the group as well, anybody in the group as well, they have that hope that they know, if I get there, regardless of how long it takes, I know I'm going to be amongst people that are going to have my back, that I'm going to be protected, that I have supplies in place, right? Food, clothing, shelter, warmth, water, all those things that we all take for granted that we don't think about on a day-to-day basis. And that makes a difference. That makes a difference. So, um, yeah. Or yeah, if somebody comes to your property, they better call 911. Well, there ain't going to be no 911. Oh, for digging? That's I think you're saying 811 for digging. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's just when the time comes, everybody's going to do what they have to do. Everybody. And the people that are having to travel long distances, hopefully they leave quickly enough that they can get here, okay, and not have a ton of delays. Now, there may be people that are coming in weeks and months after an event, that it may take them that long. I mean, because if you're riding a bicycle, it's going to take you a while. If you're walking, it's going to take you a good long while. So, 80K Man said, preparedness is an insurance policy you build for yourself. The more effort you put into it, the more benefit. Everyone says, hello, everyone, been listening. Hey, 80K Man, good to see you. And you're right. Well, it's about insurance, and prepping is strictly insurance. It's another way of saying, okay, I'm hedging my bets. Something goes down, I'm going to be in much better shape than the average person. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. If people want to call it hoarding or whatever all they want to do, while they're sitting in their house starving to death, I'm still going to be eating very well. I'm going to be well rested because I'm going to have people that have my back, and we're going to be safe. And that's the key. And, will there still be stress? Of course, there's going to be stress. There's always going to be stress. But once you settle into the new routine or the new normal, if you will, um, you know, I always go back to this, guys. Okay. And this is just an example. When we got the place, the first homestead that I had in New York, then we not, it's still in the family. Heather still has it. Heather's still there. We did not have running water for the first year and a half. So we heated up water in the microwave. We mixed the water in, gallon jugs, and we went in the shower, and that's how we showered. We did that for a year and a half. And when we finally had running water and could take a shower, you have no idea how psychologically that makes a difference. Okay. People don't get that. They'll never understand it because unless you've gone without it, you will never understand. Okay. But I know for us, for myself, for the twins at the time, psychologically, it was like we all took our first shower and we came out and we were like, oh my God, that was awesome. Okay. When we get our stuff set up down here and it's all done and it's all squared away, everybody will be able to take a shower. And psychologically, a lot of you, like I said, you'll have no idea until you've been in that situation where you haven't been able to do it. Um, then you'll figure it out. And it makes all the difference in the world. It really, truly does. So, anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to leave you with STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals, and the key is, guys, setting realistic goals, setting goals that you can make, meet, and have them happen, okay? Set those realistic goals, make them happen. The only one stopping you from getting there is going to be you. That's it. It's just like the dog run, okay? Do I have to build a dog run again? No. Why? Because it's done. I did it. It's done. The only thing I'm going to do different there is the door. I will eventually make a better door from what I'm doing right now for the dogs. But that's not something that I have to do tomorrow. But that dog run is done. It's in great shape, and I'm really happy with how it all came out. So, anyway, guys, be safe. I probably this week will not be live streaming through the week. If I do, I may do an afternoon live stream. I'll have to look and see what's going on as far as my schedule and stuff goes. So if I do a one during the week, it's going to be on like a Wednesday, I think, and it would be like noon. Other than that, I should be able to live stream next Sunday. So for my hardcore members, most likely I will do a live stream at like 6 o'clock on Sunday, and then do the normal live stream at 8 o'clock. So just putting that out there ahead of time so people see that. Okay. Be safe, everybody. Have a great week. Actually, I think I hear rain. They said it might rain this evening. So I think we got rain there. Have a great night. I will talk to you all later. Prep Nurse 1 out for now.